What is up, YouTube? Jonny here again today, and we're bringing you a new video. This time, it is on the shop. We haven't been really posting videos on the shop because I don't want to just keep doing shop videos all the time. So I wanted to throw in some working on cars, on my F4S, on my IS. But as you know, I have been doing nothing but remodeling lately, and I haven't had a chance to actually work on cars here for the business. I've just been doing what it is, interior, exterior, just doing all kinds of things. And last time you guys saw it, you saw that I finished the inside of the office, but you guys didn't really get to see the outside. And it was really bad for the longest time. But I finally got a chance, and took me about 2 to 3 weeks to do what I did on the outside of it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how that looks. All right, guys, take a good look, because this is the byproduct or the after product of hard work, of dedication, of trying to come up with an idea. We actually went ahead and took a picture of the building before anything was done to the outside, just to know our dimensions and what we were working with. I had Angel, which is my photographer, my cameraman, all that stuff. He actually went ahead and made a design for us based on all of the new age designs, all of the new architecture. A lot of the commercial buildings, all of them are running a lot of steel, which is something that's just kind of like futuristic, and it's something that they're doing to all types of commercial buildings. And it's pretty cool to see that adaptation into our business. So as you guys can see, we went ahead and did kind of like a metal cover on all of this. This is actually corrugated steel. It's steel that is treated with aluminum and some silicone, and it's galvanized at the same time. They do it like in a process where it's called hot dipping. And what it does is it makes the metal rust resistant. So it's gonna last up there for the longest time. I've seen them show like very little signs after like 20 years. So we're not even gonna need to paint it or whatever. This is just gonna maintain itself. So let me show you guys the rock that we did. All of this is a pain to do. I'm not gonna lie, each pillar took me a whole day to do, just because of the fact that I went with a special type of rock that is random. So you have to literally go through piles of rock to decide what angles fit with what. I had my two brothers help me out on this, and even then, this was at least a week process, a little bit more than a week, just to do the face of this and this rock. They call it stone veneer. A lot of people call it different things. That's what the concrete for this is called, but I just call it rock. I don't know. There's multiple names, but just so you guys know what I'm talking about. There are some easier styles that you can work with that are a little bit more squared up, so everything just lines up perfectly. So you don't have to be dealing with all these weird edges and having to go ahead and do special cuts or just make everything fit. So let me show you guys a little close-up of how the steel looks. It's over here. It gets overlapped. I'm not done here quite. As you guys can see, it's still a little bit loose. But if you look closely, there's actually kind of like crystallization happening from when they did the heat process or the dip process, where it bonds the aluminum to the actual steel to give it that coating and protect it. Here in this area, in the patio area, there was a piece of sheetrock kind of right here, so I could literally just raise my hand and I would hit it. So what we ended up doing is removing that and went ahead and redid the whole roof with some plywood. And we're not too sure what we're gonna do with this yet, but for now it's looking a lot better, a lot nicer, a lot more clean. And let me show you guys the edging that we did too. On all of the corners, there's like an edging that just covers it to give it like a nice little finish. Even here, when the building separates, where the curve is done, went ahead and added this. It kind of gives it like a nice little accent. At the same time, it holds it all together. And then I went ahead and bolted it all along the side. Kind of did it as close to like perfect as I could without actually taking measurements. So the building is 12 feet high, and I just went ahead and divided it by 3 feet. So the first one is at 9 feet, this one's at 6 feet, and then we have the bottom ones at 3 feet, just to kind of give it like that, like a nice linear kind of shape. And then if you look over here, this is where the house gets fed its water. Like literally, if you look down here, this pipe just goes straight out to the street, and that's where we're connected to the city. So the way it was designed, it went up the wall and kind of went in through that section to the roof. But the pipe was really old and ugly. Here, let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. It was actually steel before the tubing for it, and it's like kind of painted over the years with a bunch of different colors, and then it's even got some type of texture on it. The whole line was actually made out of steel before, and the problem with that is that it was rusting, it was corroding, so at any moment it could have just exploded. So we went ahead and replaced it with some new technology before we did the concrete, and then here we went ahead and had it all replaced with some copper, just to kind of give it a nice look, a little bit more appealing. I'm not completely done wrapping the whole building, but I wanted to make sure that the face of it was completely done. Just that way it gives a nice appeal when you first arrive here. On this section right here where it's blue still, we're still gonna go ahead and do something here. I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm just gonna put kind of like a stucco, like out of concrete, just give it kind of like a design, and then we're just gonna paint that some color. Same thing with the back part of this where there's no rock. I just wanted the face of it to kind of have that rock look, but the rest of it, you know, this stuff is really hard to do, and most of the time it's just me working on it. So if you guys are asking yourselves, why is it taking so long for this place to be done? And it's because we're not having a couple guys working on it. It's actually most of the time just me. My dad comes in and helps out a little bit, but for one person to do this, it's a little bit difficult, especially when I'm over here drilling things at 12 feet in the air, kind of dangling from the side of the building. It's tough, especially now that here in Arizona we have the summer gets really intense. I'm out here with all kinds of hats and kind of like sun protection, but it's still really hot and you can get really dehydrated. So that's how it's coming along. But if you look up there, there is a big light. It's got a total of 10 LEDs, and that light right there produces 48,000 lumen, I think is what it is. So as soon as a sensor senses that there's no more light, I think it's called a photocell. We set it up all on a photocell. We have another one of those in the back to light up the back area. What it does is as soon as there's not enough light, it goes ahead and turns on automatically. So it's really nice, especially when I'm stuck here working on something and the light, you know, you can't do anything about it. The light runs out, that'll just turn on. I'll show it to you guys right now when it turns on. That's pretty much what we've done to the outside. I know it doesn't seem like much, but for one person working on it, to do all this, to get all the designs, to kind of like fabricate certain areas I have to go ahead and cut, all kinds of different things. It's a bit difficult to do. The only other thing that we've done, for example, for the inside, is we just furnished it. We just went ahead and put like a desk in there just so we can have everything. And then for the shop, for me actually working in the back and making videos for you guys, setting up the lift and all that stuff, it's in the process right now. We're actually setting it up to work with us, because the fact is it takes a long time. It's a big process. There we go, it's that time. The light actually turned on by itself now. So now it's all lit. Like if you go ahead and look at all this, you can see my shadow. It doesn't look as bright right now, but as soon as it gets really dark at night, this just lights up everything and you can go ahead and see yourself clearly, kind of like if it was daylight. Not as close, but it still lets you work on whatever you're working on and still have some visibility. So it's pretty cool to have those lights. Let me go ahead and show you guys the back one too. That way you guys can see how it lights up all the cars. Here's the back light. Normally, if that light wasn't on, you wouldn't be able to see the cars. So if you see, it's dead center. So with that light, it enables this whole backyard to be really bright That way, in case there's an intruder or something, you know, they can't really hide anywhere, then the cameras are looking at them. But I really like the light just because it just keeps everything visible. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanna go ahead and give you guys an update on why I'm not really working on my car, you know, taking it apart to do, for example, the brake system. So those are really big projects that I wanna go ahead and leave here at the shop, and I can't really do that just because of the fact that it's not gonna be secure. So as soon as I get that metal garage building done, it's gonna be a 2-car garage. That way I can put the lift in there, work on cars, and get it all done. Right now I'm waiting for the plans to be sent to me so I can get the permits, and then we can get it all built. That process usually takes around 1 to 2 months. So that's still gonna be a little while longer. But what can we do? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, you guys have a great day.